Well, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves, and these are strange days indeed. I'm going to help you through these strange days this week with a few more chapters out of my book, The Theory of Everything. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be broken. That's the title of one of the chapters, and that's a thought not original to me. Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be broken. I first heard that from Don George. He came to speak for us in Lima, Ohio, and I was talking about something that wasn't exactly the way that I wanted it to be. And he just looked at me and said, "Blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be broken." I made that my mantra over the years. Let me show you how it worked in one instance. We planted a church in Dallas, Texas. We'd been in Ohio for numbers of years, had some success in Lima, then in Dayton. And we felt like, well, we should start a second church somewhere, and why not go back to our roots, back to Dallas, where our family was at? It would probably be good for the future, so we planted a church in Dallas. It was an arduous task. Every Sunday morning, I'd preach in Dayton, jump on a plane, fly down to Dallas, preach in Dallas. Did that for 6 months, and then we flipped it around and preached in Dallas on Sunday morning, preached in Dayton on Sunday evening, and that went on for 6 months, and then something happened. We were just at the cusp of making that Dallas church a really big success. But something happened. A major ministry moved into town. I should take some responsibility for that because I had introduced the major ministry to my accountant, who became his accountant. And in the process, my accountant said to him, "You need to move to a major metropolitan city with a big airport." And it just so happens I know of a church building in Dallas that you can buy relatively cheap, and you ought to come and buy that building and make it your ministry headquarters. Well, the man did that, decided to open it up with a revival. It ended up being a 6-week revival with thousands of people coming out every night. It was a spotlight shining across the city that dulled our little flashlight in comparison. And I realized we're not going to make a go of this Dallas church. What are we going to do? Because we bought a building. We had a good group of people, and we had everything in place, and had that spotlight not been turned on, we would probably have a really successful church in Dallas to this day. What are we going to do? Well, it had happened along the way. We picked up an older couple, and she had at one time pastored in the building that we had purchased. I went to them and I said, "Are you interested in taking the church over? Because we're going to concentrate all of our efforts on Dayton." And they said, "Absolutely." And then she confided in me. She said, "Years ago when I pastored this building and I left, I was devastated. But I received a prophetic word that I'd pastor this building again." And she said, "If you turn the church over to us, it's just the fulfillment of that prophetic word." And I said amen to that. Now, what do you take away from the story? If you're part of the plan of God, it's a bigger picture. I'm talking to someone right now. You're facing some discouraging things and you're saying, "Well, how am I going to deal with these?" You need to look at the bigger plan of God for your life. You need to look at how you fit in the bigger plan of God. We were fulfilling a part of the bigger plan of God. You say, "Well, there's a lot of effort and energy went into those 2 years that you were planning that church in Dallas." That's true, but there were a lot of lives that were affected to this very day. I'm still in contact with some of them. You never know how the seed that you sow is going to produce. But that doesn't mean you should stop sowing seed. You just keep doing what you know that you're supposed to be doing. And in the midst of it, it all has a way of working out. There is a promise that all things work together for good to them that love the Lord, to those who are the called according to his purpose. Find your place in the plan of God, work the plan of God for your life, and everything's going to turn out all right. If you remember, blessed are the flexible, for they shall not be broken. This Sunday at Aspire Church, I've got a word from God. It's called "Let's Be Reasonable." Why? Because I've discovered that being reasonable will get you through the strange days in which we find ourselves. Let's be reasonable. You can catch it live on the live stream at aspirechurch.tv. Catch it on Facebook at Aspire Church TV, Sunday morning, 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Standard Time, rather. It's going to be a powerful service, and I want you to be a part of it. I've got some more things to share with you this week. Wednesday and Friday, new videos. I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc. I'll see you then.